What's going on, everybody? My name is Steven. I'm with Job & Sons Plumbing, and you're watching the DIY Plumbers. Today's video is sponsored by Plumbers Crack Coffee. If you go to plumberscrackcoffee.com and use code DIY10, you're gonna get 10% off your order. Today's video is all about my thoughts on AI and how it affects the trades. Let's go. So here's the thing. AI has been out, well, for a long time, but it's recently begun to expand very quickly. We're seeing these programs begin to come out where people are beginning to be replaced in their jobs. It makes certain things in business functions very, very efficient. I'll give it that. Very quick, but also there's a certain part of it, for me at least, that feels impersonal. The thing is people, right? People, I was gonna say humans, that feels adequate, but people are the very center of what we do, especially with what I do. People are ultimately using the bathroom. Computers don't use the bathroom, at least not yet. And so with that, we get a lot of human interaction. And one of the things that I've been asked quite a bit by business leaders and by other tradesmen and also by our clients is, what do we expect to actually happen with AI as things grow, as things begin to get faster and begin to get smarter? And it can be a little bit of a daunting question, right? And so here's the thing. Within the trades, I'm already beginning to see other companies replacing their office staff, invoicing, all of those things, and they're utilizing AI assistants to step in and make, answer phone calls and to make invoicing calls. And here's my issue. I'm gonna reference Walgreens and CVS. Every time I call Walgreens or CVS, what's the first thing that happens? You're waiting, and all of a sudden a computer answers. Press 1 for blank, press 2 for blank. There is nothing more aggravating to me, at least on the business side, customer service side of things, is when you get answered by a computer. Now granted, these computer systems that are currently in place on like a phone dispatching system, they're not the smartest things in the world. It's literally just a queue. You press the button and it's gonna get you to the right person. It's kind of just like a directory. The way the AI is going now, and what we're finding, is that it's getting to a point where it can actually have a full conversation with you as the client. You can call in and it can answer, "Hi, thank you for calling Job & Sons Plumbing. This is Steven. How can I help you today?" And you give it your information. It goes, "Oh, great to hear from you, Jeffrey. Is this your address?" And it literally can just have a full conversation with you, to the point that some people actually get fooled by these things. And so on one half of me, there's the business side that goes, okay, so you can increase efficiency, save money, on payroll or taxes or what have you. And in some cases, it may actually be more accurate, right? Here's my problem with that, though. If our main purpose as a company, as Job & Sons Plumbing, or as the trades or what have you, is to help people, is to help you watching through this screen right now. You're a person, you use the toilet, you use the sink, you take a hot shower every single day. Plumbing is integrated with our society. It's integrated with what we need as humans. And so with that, when you start taking people and if our purpose is to care for people, and we're allowing a computer to answer you, we're not taking care very well. Because I can't, if I have a computer answer the phone, you're not going to get the care you need. You communicate so much through your emotion. We call it emoting, through the way that you inflect your voice and make, like these conversations. You communicate a lot, and so it's one thing to go, "Yeah, hi, I have a leak outside. I need to get fixed." It's a whole other thing to go, "Hi, yeah, I have a leak outside and I need to get fixed." You can clearly hear on the second one, it's, "Oh, that's pretty urgent. We should probably get out to you pretty quick." That's not to negate anybody's issue if someone's monotone. But the whole thing here is that there has to be some give and take. And without that, we end up realizing that we're putting people at the bottom, all for the sake of what? Money? Profit? And don't get me wrong, businesses are allowed to profit. There's been this talk lately of people saying, well, I think that there should be limitations on what companies are allowed to profit. The thing is, that's the beauty of America. That's the beauty of living in the system that we live in. companies work really hard. I can tell you, for us here at Job & Sons, we work our tails off to provide high quality service, to take really good care of people, and we profit a little bit of money at the end of the year. There's nothing wrong with that. Ultimately, that feeds, right now we have 9 team members, right? So that feeds 9 families. I would never trade that for anything, because it's people. They're important. They matter. You matter. My team matters. And so if you're going to do the give and take where you're putting people at the bottom and saying, hey, you know what? I want to make sure we clear bottom dollar. I'm making as much money as I can. If that's your goal and you're in business, great, fine. That's your deal, okay? But for me and my house, we're going to take care of people. We care about them. And so there are some benefits though. One thing I would say is we currently have small bits of AI built into the servicing apps that we have. And really the main way you see it come out is that it's a tool where I can ask it a question saying, hey, what are the trends in my business right now? What are the things that we're seeing across the board? And it'll take all the information from across the entire system and say, hey, here are the trends. Your calls into the office are up 20%, or 50% less people open the last email that you sent out. Like things like that. Like things that just kind of help me gauge where we're at, to help our team make more accurate decisions and saying, hey, that didn't work last time. Let's try this, or let's include this in our, when we're talking to our clients, and just offerings and things. So something like that, I don't mind, right? Like that's kind of a cool way. But as far as the trades go, I don't expect a robot to walk up into your house and be like, hello, human, and do a plumbing job or do an air conditioning job. Because the thing is, there's so much creativity that's required. Now, perhaps, maybe in a new build scenario where everything's laid out, maybe one computer builds the house and the next computer puts the AC in. I don't know any of that stuff. But what I'm saying is on the service side, when you're talking about people's homes, when we're working on a house that's been standing since 1920, there's a lot of finesse that goes into doing work. You can't just go in and be like, this twist twice to the left, this twist twice to right. Like, it doesn't come apart clean ever. It always, something will break and you got to kind of adapt and move around and do those things. And so I don't expect any of that stuff to happen. Even in 50 to 100 years, I would never, if it happens, I'm going to be totally wrong, and cool, we'll figure it out at that point. But the thing is I and our team care so much about people, right? Like people. It's the lifeblood of what we do. It's the reason I get up in the morning. It's the excitement that I get throughout the day, getting to know people's names, our clients, getting to learn more about our employees and take an active role in their life. Like, there's nothing to me that drives me forward more than that. And so with all that, whether you're on the side of the spectrum where you say, man, I really hope AI takes off because I can utilize this to advance my business, or I can see it helping out in every dynamic of my life. Or you're on the other side and you're saying, no, I'm pretty nervous about AI. I don't know that I really love this idea. It can be utilized for the benefit of people. It can be utilized for the benefit of your business. But from that standpoint, you can also always take things with a grain of salt. Wisdom is so important. It's so important here. And so for us, what does that look like? From a business perspective, from this DIY Plumbers channel, all these things, what does that look like? Well, on the business side of things, I'm never going to have a computer answer the phone. And that's simply because the whole CVS Walgreens thing I was telling you about, it drives me crazy when you call and it says, for an emergency service, press 2. For a normal human being, press 1, whatever. I'd rather you just call and you get someone who actually cares on the phone. Hey, how can I help you? I'm here. You don't have to go through this whole press 1, press 2. You don't have to try to tell the AI system, I want to talk to a human. How many times have you been on the phone and that one happens? What can I help you with? I can understand complete sentences. Let me talk to somebody, like that's me. But when you call Job & Sons Plumbing, you're always going to get a person. Not just any person. You're going to get someone who cares deeply. We have a term inside the business where we say, make Disney jealous level of customer service. Like when you call Disneyland, you've called Disneyland because of the way they answer the phone. In the same exact way, we want you to know you've called Job & Sons Plumbing by the way we answer the phone. hi, thanks for calling Job & Sons Plumbing. How can I help you today? Like, you deserve to be taken care of. And so the only people answering those phones are people who really do care. So all that to be said, AI is neither good nor bad, though there are some reports that say, hey, this isn't exactly the best thing for our brains as humans. And we're like, hey, can we stop making this thing? And they're like, no, we're not going to stop making it. You know, either way, if you need a plumber, at least this is our field of expertise. I'm not going outside of that. If you need a plumber, we're based out of Tucson, Arizona. We'd love to be your plumber. And we're never going to make you talk to a computer to get to us. You're always going to get a plumber to your door who's a human. I don't care how fast AI goes. I believe in people, and I believe that people are important, and that's how we're going to stick with it. So thank you for watching today. Thanks for being a part of the DIY Plumbers. Thanks for following Job & Sons Plumbing. It all works together somehow, and we're figuring it out as we go. I appreciate you. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And once again, our sponsor for the video is Plumbers Crack Coffee. You can go to plumberscrackcoffee.com, go to type in DIY10 at checkout to save 10% off your order. We appreciate you as always. Have a great one. We'll catch you on the next one.